Hello and welcome to the Roughneck Minute, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers minute by minute. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I'm your other host, Johan.
And joining us for the second minute this week is George Hendricks of the Mogwai Minute.
Hooray.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, welcome back, man.
Hey, glad to be here.
Thank you for joining us once again. We're at minute 31, actually. This minute begins with Kitten calling Ace a future Sky Marshal, which I don't think that's going to happen at all. Hey,
Nope.
Jake seems more, I don't know, he doesn't seem too much like a Sky Marshal kind of guy.
Not from what we've seen from Sky Marshal so far.
Not at all. And ends with Sujumi farting, very loudly actually, and Rico trying to move the camera away from his butt. So after Ace tells Kitten that he wants to be officer's training, Kitten asks Rico what got him into the service, and Rico looks pretty darn annoyed, actually. Tells him, what makes you so nosy, man? Why are you asking so many questions? And Kitten tells him, well, I'm trying to be a writer, you know, writers gotta ask questions. What's wrong with that, asking questions? Which kind of makes...
I think reporters ask questions. Writers just sort of write, right?
Yeah. Well, Johan actually had an idea about this, that Kitten is this squad's or this movie's Joker from Full Metal Jacket. He's trying to be a combat writer, something like that. I mean, he's the person in the intro to Zim, you know, only one who's laughing. And in the intro to Full Metal Jacket, Joker and Cowboy are the ones laughing at Arlie Ermy as well, too, so... Kind of, I don't know. It may be the same thing, but who knows?
Yeah, I think it's just because he's a writer, the reason why he's so nosy is he doesn't quite know how to flesh out a character's background. So he's trying to get details of other people's from other worlds to see what makes them all converge into one thing, which is the MI.
Yeah.
So he's letting them do all the work.
Pretty much, yeah. That pretty much is it, isn't it?
Tell me a story. Can you write down your name, your address?
Say it loudly into this not this recorder that's shaped like a bar of soap.
Yes. What is your name? Kind of thing, yeah.
So tell me the story again about a clown that's in the sewers, Mr. Oh, never mind. I'm Stephen King, but tell me. Obviously, that didn't happen in real life, but
yeah. But Dizzy walks in and throws a towel down, and but that's when we actually have a little exposition from Johan here, because that's not how it happened in the script.
Actually, she does still throw the towel down.
Oh, okay.
But the difference of it, like in the movie, they're still talking, and she's in the background. Obviously, the camera goes there. In the script, they all turn to look at Diz, like all the guys.
Yeah. Like
she gets the attention of the full shower room.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be tough, because we were talking about how background boobs is in every single shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, supposedly, Diz has all the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So, when Diz walks up to the shower, she diverts the water from Johnny to Johnny's crotch.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure was something that may have had to be cut out, obviously.
NC-17.
Yeah. So, there's that part where Kitten says, like, hey, Flores, you're from Buenos Aires. What's Rico's story? She said, this was her lines that are supposed to be in the movie. He said, well, some say he turned his back on a family fortune to be a citizen. Others say he did it for a girl. Missed a spot there, Bucko, where she's pointing at Johnny's crotch.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny, because Johnny says, I joined up to be with him. But why would I do that? He doesn't even like me. And then Breckenridge says, doesn't look that way to me. And everyone looks down at Johnny's crotch laughing. Johnny blushes, grabs a towel, and then leaves. So that's what it's supposed to pan out. Yeah. So obviously,
farts and boobs. And this is a great minute.
There's a couple of bits in here when you're watching the minute where it does seem like she's peeking.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, she comes over and like throws her towel down and like, you know, takes her shirt off, and she's just, you know, I'm in the shower. She's like, you know, looks like a couple of glances down.
Oh yeah, she definitely is looking. I don't think it's her first time seeing it though. That's the thing. I mean, they were in the locker room together for jump ball. I'm pretty sure she was taking peeks then, but this is military Rico now.
Yeah,
true. But she's like totally into him. So maybe but I don't know.
She's also 18 in the movie.
Yeah,
it's not like 30. I'm gonna make eye contact with you. This is 18. What do your
Like
eyes look like?
peekaboo.
Yeah. Man, when I was 18, I was looking at anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ankle? Oh. Woo. A bit of neck.
Back in the Victorian times, if you saw ankles, you had to get married. So
Oof.
things have changed a lot since Victorian times, apparently.
But yeah, in the movie, Dizzy comes and throws down her towel, and Kitten asks her, "Hey, you know Rico from BA? Who got him into the service?" And she does not hold back at all. Kind of like, well, she doesn't say, "Well, some say that he did this," kind of doing a Sam Elliott kind of impression. "Well, some say the dude came into the armor for this," kind of thing.
With a moonshine, a rocking chair. Except she'd be naked in a rocking chair with moonshine.
Sarsaparilla. A good sarsaparilla.
Still wouldn't be that bad.
Dina, yeah, we definitely have a crush on Dina Meyer. But we'll get into
which is great. She's great.
Yeah. So she does not hold back at all and tells everyone that he got into the service for a girl. Ooh, everyone rises him. Ooh, Rico, lover boy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, straight up, like, anyone who's never done something stupid for a girl has not tried hard enough.
Yeah, true. I mean, Johan and I can definitely go back to our high school days and say we've done stuff that is pretty dumb for a girl.
Yeah, I think I can go back to last month, maybe.
Yeah, like straight up, it's like I've done things in the last 6 months that are just idiotic for women.
Yeah, it's a guy thing.
I tell my wife to pound sand when she tells me to do something stupid. It doesn't get me very far, but
No, I don't think it would.
No.
At least you tried.
Yeah. She asked me, "Can you go get me ice cream at like 10 o'clock?" I'm like, "No, it's 10 o'clock. Where am I going to get you ice cream?" Yeah.
11.
Well, no. She doesn't want a popsicle. She wants ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah, she wants a specific type of ice cream that 7-Eleven doesn't have. So I told her to pound sand.
So keep walking, hero.
Keep walking, yeah.
I use that one a lot.
I use the specific from Ren and Snippy, "Out of the way, Jackson, you're holding up the parade."
Yeah. No, I say, "No, sir, I don't like it."
There we go, Mr. Horse.
Yep.
So Rico gets mad at this point and storms off, turns off his little shower head, storms off, and everyone still just razzing him. And Jana actually smacks his bare butt. Just bam!
First off, before we get to that point, do you see like the guy in the back who looks like a short John Hamm? His like face is almost completely framed by one of the handles of the shower.
Yes.
But in the razzing Rico scene, when it cuts away, it looks like a little John Hamm. Like,
yeah,
he got lifts or something before.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of that 90s kind of like hair parted in the middle haircut kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, he got just a towel on. Everyone's like, "Ah, Rico." He's back there. Yeah. So Dizzy looks pretty proud of herself for, just razzing Rico, getting under his skin. Ken asks,
well, you know what? She's not wrong.
No.
It's one thing to want to like, okay, I want to like defend this and do this. To join the military because of a girl, you want to impress her. That's dumb.
Well, I mean, she's kind of being a hypocrite as well, too, because as we talked about in the last couple minutes, she probably joined up for Rico. So she's joining up for him.
I'm not saying she's not dumb, too. I'm just saying she's not wrong in calling him out and him being dumb.
Yeah, okay. But he was just kind of dumb and saying, "Oh, and you're not here for me? Come on."
But in my opinion, I think Diz gave up more than Johnny did.
Oh, she definitely
did. Diz has aspects of being something other than her dad, whereas Johnny was just going to follow in the footsteps of her dad.
Yeah.
Being into business and whatever business he does, business. I think that's what it was called. But she gave up on aspects of playing for a team in jump ball, like she could have been her own, and she gave up on that just to follow Johnny. So
yeah,
she definitely did it more for love, whereas Johnny did it for lust.
Yeah. And the difference is, while Carmen is not spurning Johnny, but kind of just teasing him along, Rico is actually spurning Dizzy. So it is kind of oh, poor Dizzy, but, Rico, man, wise up kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kitten asks, "Hey, is it you?" And she's like, I don't know, maybe.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You'll never know.
Could be, maybe not. Who knows?
Stay tuned and find out.
It's not, spoiler.
Yeah. If there's going to be a season 2,
not.
who knows?
It's really not.
We're going to end this on a cliffhanger, don't you know?
Yeah. That's where the movie
Next
ends.
time.
Next time on Starship Troopers. Do they get it all?
They don't.
No. But stay tuned next time.
Wow, them Roughnecks are sure in a heap of trouble today.
Big old roughneck boys.
Uh-huh. But the scene changes, and Rico is recording a VOD before VODs were a thing, I guess. Ace is playing the violin, and he is playing a song called Las Gongador. I'm going to screw this up even though I'm Spanish. Las Golondrinas? Golondrinas.
Where is it on the...
Right over here.
So, one
Las
of my
Golondrinas?
two cinematic pet peeves I have are when photography is done terribly wrong, like you're just shooting a camera in an open space and there's no adjustment for this and that. It's just, I hate it when people do bad photography.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I hate it when people just move an instrument and then they just put the sound in later. I hate it when the instrument doesn't sync up.
Okay.
It drives me nuts.
So, you're a little bit wrong in this because Jake Busey actually learned to play the violin in this movie.
But he looks like he's not. And it feels like when they ADR'd the sound in later, they did it badly. Because it's just like he's just moving the bow around.
That's
Whether
true.
he is like a classical Yo-Yo Ma-esque level string player, it doesn't matter because it looks bad.
I'll agree with you on that. He may have not learned fully on this one or learned not to play this song fully, but like when, in the future minute when he plays another violin, that is actually him playing.
Yeah, maybe he was playing a different
Maybe he just
song.
hasn't practiced enough by then when they shot this and like, you still got a few more weeks to go. So like, just hit it and then we'll just like dub this one over.
True, yeah.
Yeah, because if he's playing, was it Las Golondrinas?
The Swallows is what it's called.
Yeah, maybe he was playing a different song and they're like, maybe let's do a different song.
Yeah, that could be it as well too, but who knows?
Yeah.
Or maybe
Because
he
to
was
me,
playing
that just
too
sounds
loud.
like the random like Firefly-esque background string music you hear anytime you're in a small town or something like that. It's just, there's no real tune to it. It's just, I'm going to play notes that happen to have some form of sequence. It doesn't sound like a song. It just sounds like filler.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Rico is just talking over the VOD. He's telling Carmen that boot is hard, but every single time that he thinks of her, he tries to do it hard. He tries to do it for her, kind of thing. I don't know. This video VOD to Carmen seems just really cheesy and kind of phoned in.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to be sweet and the troubled soldier who's in love kind of thing, phoning home, but it just comes off as really, really cheesy on his part. But the people who really get me interested are the people in the background. I mean, Jonnet and Katrina are in the back playing with a jump ball, and they're making faces while Sujumi and Dizzy are doing workouts and whatnot. And in the middle of that scene, there's just a bunch of MI recruits that we don't even know who they are. They're just a part of they're a part of the squad. But they look like they're playing either like Chinese checkers or that one game that you move the little pebbles around, that kind of like 2-lane. What is it called? I don't know.
Makala?
I think so. Yeah, that 2-laned with all the stones and the little the divots in the wood.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's Makala.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Chinese checkers. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Makala. Or Parcheesi. But that's got pegs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Parcheesi's got pegs, and they're not messing with pegs. They look like they're messing with like little round balls or something like that. They don't look like they're playing chess.
That's Mancala. Or there's also Go, but that's like a board game. Not like
It's not big enough to be Go, unfortunately, unless they're playing like.
Sorry, I think my weird archaic board game knowledge is exhausted after all that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I remember playing that game actually when I was a kid in the Philippines, and instead of using pebbles, we used little
Sticks.
shells,
Oh, okay,
like little conch shells, like baby ones.
that'd work.
Yeah, I can't remember what the name of it was, but I just remember playing it because we had it.
Yeah. In the back, though, Breckenridge and Kitten are in the back. They're just, picking their nose. They actually see Rico doing his video, and they're trying really hard to kind of, screw it up a little bit while he's still talking. Then Jonnet and Katrina get a little more into it and show everyone what's going on. They're like, "Hey, yeah, go do it, go do it." And at this point, Sujumi and everyone notices them. Everyone starts to notice Rico recording, starts making faces. Sujumi and Kitten then decide to show their butts. And so they're like, yeah, do it. Come on, do it. And Sujumi pulls down his pants and just starts slapping his butt. And I noticed this as a young kid too, but I noticed how red Shijumi's butt cheek was.
Yeah, it's just like obviously like, all right, let's do it again. Take it from the top. And
Yeah.
he's probably like maybe sitting on one cheek the next day, like ow, he's probably smacked it like 40 times by the time we get around to like the one they actually keep it. Like, all right, check the gate, we're good.
Exactly.
He's like, thank God.
But yeah, he as I said on my notes, based on that redness, Sujumi's butt had to be just red at this point, just because he's probably done it so many times.
I was gonna say, that's one of those things like you got to be careful when you're acting, because another big one is food. Like if you're in a scene where food is being eaten and you make the mistake of taking a big bite at the inopportune time, and they're like, all right, great, let's do it again. Just like that, you got to keep eating that over and over again. One of those memorable, well, not memorable, but Meet the Parents was one of those dinner time scenes where everyone was being very careful with how they were eating, so they didn't have to keep. I think Ben Stiller kept having to shove vegetables in his mouth because of the way they timed it out. But like the old pros know not to like just stick food in your mouth when the camera's on you, because then you have to just keep doing that over and over and over again.
Yeah, but that's pretty much. Yeah, he should probably just got a stunt butt then.
Yeah.
I don't know if such thing is a thing.
No,
but
Jennifer Aniston had a stunt.
That's true. She did have a stunt butt.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was a stunt butt from another person. That was a stunt butt.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like an actual like Can Kill prosthetic butt.
like you just slap it on with a Velcro on the waist. Nah.
Just
like spirit gum.
Yeah. Make sure it's like foam rubber, so it just kind of feels like a body, like it makes that audible kind of sound a little bit.
No, and I've heard stories. The thing is, it's interesting because I've heard stories about how I've known several makeup artists in my life, and they've had to put makeup on some weird stuff.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
So you'd think they would just like maybe put a little concealer over it to take the red down before he starts it again, just so it doesn't look like it's the same way. But it's not my production. Yeah. I'm not Paul Verhoeven. I didn't.
Maybe he was a little bit of a masochist. He's like, yes, do it again, Shijumi. Slap your butt.
No, there are stories. What was it? Back to RoboCop. Kurtwood Smith. The scene where he gets yanked into the police station.
Mm-hmm.
There's this whole thing where he spits on the entry log, and it's just like a big old glob of nasty bloody spit.
Yeah.
And he improvised that. He's like, because he's like, we talk about Paul Verhoeven. He's like, he's a bit of a sadist, so he's probably totally into that.
Oh,
probably. He's got bloodlust or something like that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think one of the reasons this movie is so gory at times is because Paul Verhoeven's like, more gore, more gore.
We need to see more of the blood in the viscera. Well, I mean, as I said in the trailer cast, we talked about Verhoeven a little bit. The reason why he's like this probably is because he was in Nazi-occupied Norway, I believe. No, it was the Netherlands, Nazi-occupied Netherlands. And during this time, he was near a military base that housed V-2 rockets, and they were targets for bombing raids by Allies constantly. So he saw dead bodies almost on a daily basis.
Constantly,
yeah. So, I mean,
on the reg.
Yeah, he probably saw this stuff all the time and thought it was a normal thing. So, a dead, cut in half person lying on the floor with, the guts hanging out is probably just whatever.
Yeah.
NBD.
Yeah, no big deal at all.
He's drawing it in school. Here's my house. Here's my car. Here's a dead body that's split apart in half, right by my doorway.
Here's the open grave where my friends and family are buried.
There's lye that I pour on them from time to time.
Yeah, it's only one grave. Makes it easier.
Yes. We never close it because that would be too much work. It's cold, so it doesn't matter.
I've had to take down so many intestines from the light post this week.
But instead, we use that pile of bodies as a starting off for this rope swing. So I stay up high so I can get really fast.
Is it mean that we're impressioning Paul Verhoeven as some kind of just Norway weirdo?
Yeah.
I think he is a Norway weirdo, so I think we're good. Okay. I don't think we're out of character on that one.
All right.
What if he comes on and he's like, no, I'm like this, and we're just like, oh, dude.
No, whoops.
Yeah, that's way worse
Sorry,
than what we thought.
We like you. Oh, gosh, but that's where that minute ends, actually. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about this minute?
Yeah. in the script, here's the thing that was different in the movie. Everybody's saying like Carmen, Carmencita, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere does Johnny actually say her name. But in the script, Diz gives it away.
Okay.
Because she becomes jealous when they're recording that video. Diz says, I bet it's that girl I was talking about. Her name's Carmen, I think.
Ooh, no,
Yeah.
she knows.
She knows, but she's just like, this is her, kind of that peer of how jealous she actually is of Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
That's
what
like the whole, I'm sorry, have we met before? Just someone you know you've met before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do it just to screw with them. But yeah, so,
Exactly.
So she does do it to screw with it, but then that's how everybody starts yelling out Carmen, blah, blah, blah. And instead of Katrina singing at the end of the video, it's actually supposed to be Ace.
Okay.
But like I said, like Verhoeven's making these changes to make all the characters seem likable. So she comes off as kind of funny.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Katrina seems pretty funny at the end of this minute. George, do you have anything else you want to talk about this minute at all?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, we'll end it there then, guys. Where can they find you, Jan?
you can find me on Twitch at JDASHD26. That's J-D26. That's the same as my Instagram.
George, give me some plugs.
Mogwai Minute, of course. That's pretty much just stick it anywhere on the internet. You'll find us. We have a good, unique name for that. If you want to find me on Twitter personally, I'm at G_4th, Fourth, G4. That's it.
Also, go ahead and search up other Movies by Minutes by going to moviesbyminutes.com. You can find both us and the Mogwai Minute there, plus many other Movies by Minutes. Go ahead and pick your favorite movie, and I guarantee you it'll be a good show. You guys can follow us on Twitter at The Roughneck Min. You can also follow us on Facebook. Go join our group at The Roughneck Minute Billet to join the conversation. Continue the conversation and talk to us a little bit more about episodes and guests. We actually had a really good discussion recently about our latest episode with Kai Button a little bit about weapons.
Yeah.
And how he was against weapons but saw them in this movie as, necessary and whatnot. And he was really happy that we talked about them and knew so much about them. You guys can also... I actually forgot to say this, but you guys can follow me at AltTabMatt pretty much anywhere. From Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. You can look at pictures of my son. Or the latest video I put up is of my brother really, really, really drunk from his bachelor party last night. Please also subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Google Play, or find us on any podcatcher that you can find us on as well, too. We'll be on Stitcher, and we are also going to be on YouTube fairly soon. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. I've been one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I've been your other host, Johan.
And I've been the extra guy, George.
And we'll see you on the Bounce Troopers.